everyone, Barum here. With rumors of Borderlands 3 growing, I've decided to share some details I found and some ideas I had. Nothing's been confirmed for Borderlands 3 except for the game itself, and at the Gearbox's PAX East 2016 convention, Randy Pitchford, who is the Gearbox CEO, shared the idea of Borderlands 3 being called something else. The name hasn't been hinted yet or leaked, so not really too much going on there. However, there was a tech demo released not too long ago for some details of how the game will look, and it looks rather smooth. So I'll leave a link to that in the description. Creating a character. Now, with people I've talked to before, they're really against the idea of creating a character. They like having, the planned out story, but I feel like this might be Borderlands' last hurrah, and it just seems more logical to have the last story be us, I feel like the community should be a part of the story, it should become the story, it should help shape the story. And creating your character, selecting your own abilities, be more, more customizable, it seems so much more impactful than if we just had it all laid out for us as like the final chapter of Borderlands. I feel like it shouldn't be just laid out like, you have Borderlands 2, you have Salvador, Axton, the Siren, and Zero, I forget her name, is it Mila? Like, it's cool, we get to see their story, we get to see their story through their eyes, but I feel like it should be us seeing the story through our eyes, then, thus to create a character. This one's a little bit iffy, but let me know how you feel. Because I just feel like there's so much more you can do with create a character, because anyone can create a character. Everyone's more different, everyone's different. It seems like it'd be much more, it'd just have a stronger impact on the story, on the people, the whole community, if it was our own characters, taking on these challenges, doing these raids, and shaping the Borderlands universe. And now we get to the point talking about the enemies. Now, the only real enemy I can see happening is like a space pirate boss or something. You can have some guy who recruited a bunch of space pirates to help tackle these vaults, and to be, the antagonist to our new vault hunters. And what'll be kind of cool is like a space battle, which we've seen many times in the pre-sequel. On the other hand, we can have like our own crew, we have our own crew to tackle these guys, and it's kind of like the Assassin's Creed kind of way, where we can go out and steal from this pirate group, take their resources, and enhance our own. Now, what we can do with those resources actually to benefit the Crimson Lance, which has done nothing but survive against Jack's attacks, and I feel that they were underused, and this is like a good way to actually incorporate those who want to like help fight for these vaults. That was the main purpose of the Crimson Lance, was the fight against Jack. I just feel like eventually we can get to the point where we can have an all-out war. It sucks to say, but I feel like if we have this all-out war in this next Borderlands game, I feel that's as cool as Borderlands can get. Nothing can get better. I'm pretty sure like that's going to be like it's a limit. And Borderlands 2 has been out for 5 years now. Came out in 2012, September 18th, 2012. Remember that. And people are still playing it. People are downloading mods for it and whatnot. And I just feel like if there's some sort of, not so much an end goal, but maybe like the story itself, be about taking down this new pirate boss. And then after that, we have just the vaults to deal with. Gearbox can keep, pumping out different vaults that we can do. Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel, we've seen so many different people, different guns, different abilities. They have the brain power. They have the know-how to make this game, playable forever. I can load up Borderlands 2 whenever, and I know how it ends. I know how the story goes. I know the best setup, but yeah, I keep playing it because it's just such a good game. But with this, the replayability is going to be endless. If you have these vaults come out, every weekend, maybe once a month, anything, you can keep it going for a really long time. So, on to the next one. With the end of Borderlands 2 being the death of Handsome Jack and the Warrior, we're left with the discovery of hundreds of unopened vaults. Now, what I'm thinking is that Gearbox has the ability to create sort of a Destiny vibe with its create a character and abilities. You can grab, 3 friends and tackle these vaults. that can be released to the public on weekends, that the whole community can grind for. And we all know that the Borderlands series is known for its grind and great storytelling. So what better way to have those two things go hand in hand than customizable characters going on missions that have no barriers? You can let the community create its own story, and at the same time, keeping the loot desirable. The only issue with this idea is the leveling ability. How would a low level compare to a max level character on these raids? Well, in all honesty, I feel Gearbox should have the hunt for these new vaults release a month after the game's release. This will give the true fans time to max out their characters and learn what to grind for. What's good, what's bad, certain skills and whatnot. After that, have these raids available through some sort of maybe like a person you can meet, like Lilith, who can teleport you to these new locations. Because I feel like if you're going in some sort of like a spaceship or whatnot, it won't actually be that immersive, because these planets really won't have any new use systems. Now, I know the idea that you could just bring one with you, and yeah, that does make sense. But I feel like, everyone kind of branched off from Hyperion after, Jack was running it, and Hyperion has did such a, has such an impact on Pandora that people won't feel too comfortable with it. So what I'm thinking is that you'll have Tannis and Lilith, Scooter. Oh, Scooter died. Forgot about that. And you have Ellie, possibly, working on these new U's, because as we've seen in the raid on Digistruct Peak, is that they do have the Digistruct technology to make it happen. So, it's always a possibility, but I feel like it'd be cool if there's some kind of teleportation method instead of actually going on a ship and flying there. Because I don't know, like there's been a real sour taste in the back of people's mouths with the pre-sequel, and I just don't feel like we're ready for too much space technology yet. But I do feel like space battles would be rather cool. So another real question is, would the main base be on Pandora or possibly a new planet? I mean, all we've seen so far is Pandora and the moon, So who knows? Yeah, on to the next one. So my final thoughts are, we don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, I can see this being the best game that can happen. Gearbox has been working on this game for years, and the community is still alive and kicking, after 5 years of waiting. So just imagine how good this game's going to be and how long it will last. This game is built for next gen. Borderlands 2, Borderlands 1 was made for 360, so the possibilities are endless. And I want you guys, in the comments to tell me how you feel, what you think, because we're a community and we have to stick together. We have to get our ideas out there, and maybe Gearbox will see what we want, and things will happen. So just gonna wrap things up and catch you guys next time. So peace.